me, I've always been like inspired by my parents, because I know where they came from. They could easily have ended up like, or like in a certain low class situation right now, if not for the way they, reinvented themselves.
Yeah.
They were both born in the north and their situations were not good at all, right? Like my dad he was fortunate that he went to high school, right? But then he stopped there and he got a job with a bank. But the bank was so far away that he used to work hours to work every day. Like it was what? He used to work hours to work. And my mom wasn't like, she wasn't working. She was not educated at all. She couldn't do much. So everything was very tight. That was when my eldest brother was born. So eventually they moved down to Accra, for better prospects. And that one safe. But my dad was lucky. He was able to get a job at Parliament House. But that one too, it was far, like 2 hours to work every day. And looking at that situation, and then I'm even talking about just like the thing is, this situation is very common to a lot of people. There were situations where like food crowd was not there to eat, right? And you had to work hours to go and get a bag of rice to come and cook, just rice to come and cook. No, he would come and when she was pregnant with me, and when my mom was pregnant with me, there were situations where he would go and he would work, right? To go and borrow money, then buy a bag of rice with that money, walk back to the house during his lunch break, walk back to the house hours, leave the rice and go. And then she will put it on some fire with the water, no, and just eat the rice. No, nothing, just rice. Just to keep, and she was pregnant with me at the time, just to keep the energy up. Then you go back to work on foot. And that was a regular kind of thing. So knowing this history, right? And then on top of all that, they resolved that their children will not go through that. So they really, really did their best to make sure that we had the best education they could provide. We had shelter, we had food. Like they wouldn't let us go through the same thing that they went through. Like, for example, my mom, like, it was very common that she would carry like basins of water just to go and fill poly tank and stuff like that. But I never did that. It's not that like,
You couldn't have done that.
yes, it's not as if there were no opportunities where I had to do it. But she really tried that. She would not make me do it. You know what I'm saying? So it gave me a lot of time to focus on my studies, even to play with my friends. Like she made sure that like I could do stuff like that, that so that provide me with that healthy childhood without a lot of stress that certain people go through. And I believe that, and looking at all of that, I noticed, right? So in my mind, there's always been that look, there's no way that the effort that they have put into like making sure that I grow up well is going to be wasted. So it's always been at the back of my mind, even from primary GSS. I know that the effort is not going to go to waste. Definitely, yeah. And I think it's working a bit. I mean, I can do more for sure.